Welcome to Miler's Mods, ladies and gentlemen. So this is a comparison video between the worker seagull and the unicorn. A lot of people have wanted to see this, so I figure I'm going to give the people exactly what they want. So let's begin, shall we? We'll start off with the unicorn because it's the older of the two platforms, but not by much. The unicorn, when it came out at the beginning of summer. It's a pretty nice blaster. This blaster had a couple problems straight out of the box. Like the model that I had a slotted plunger tube in it. You could order an upgraded plunger tube and all that. That's great. This blaster here, though, kind of to me had underwhelming performance. I mean, this thing shot at about 140 out of the box. When you change out the plunger tube, you got like 160 to 180 out of it, depending on the dart, which isn't bad. This blaster has a toolless takedown feature. Pull the pin here, you pull the pin here, and it just kind of clamshells apart. It's really nice. But like I said, this blaster had other issues with it too, such as Tag and I both had FPS drops after we installed our plunger tubes. Well, we fixed that with just O-rings. Now I understand that they're also coming out with all metal parts for this, and that's great too. But to me, and I really hate to say this, this is a good stepping stone for a no-name Chinese blaster company to make something like this. Good stepping stone. You know, that they even tried to listen to people in the community and made this talent available, which is really great. But to me, I just feel like that this blaster was overhyped and underdelivered. You know, I mean, it's great. It definitely has a nice small form factor, which you would want for CQB, but to me, the blaster is just too small. You know, and I know you're going to say, yeah, but you want something small for CQB, and you do. You know, which is what this blaster is designed for. This blaster is not designed for open field combat. Sorry, it definitely is not. But it is a rather nice blaster, you know, for the price point. People have already done things for this. They have metal kits for these that are coming out of darts and wherever else now, you know, which is fine and all that. But, you know, one of the other problems that people ran into is it was much harder to swap a barrel in this thing without a unicorn barrel to go in it. Just because there's a piece that the barrel attaches to. And keep in mind, I never dropped a bigger barrel in it. I thought about it, but I just didn't do it. You know, just because, to be honest with you, as nice as this blaster is, as well as it's built, because it does have a lot of metal parts into it, it's pretty heavy too. You know, it just, to me, was not a favor to me. You know, and my son uses this a lot. Milo uses this blaster and he likes it, you know, which is fine. But, you know, this blaster, for as great as it is, it's a good stepping stone. It's not a refined product. Okay? This right here is more of a refined product. This is the worker seagull. Okay? What makes this a more refined product is, one, this is made by a company that has been around a lot longer than KXM or whatever they're calling themselves. You know, the company that made the unicorn. This blaster here also costs a little bit more than this one. Blaster is about $90 to $100, depending on where you get it at. This one's $125 to $150, depending on where you get it at. Okay. Now, this blaster here is everything that this blaster is not, and I'm going to tell you why. On the speed of this blaster here, you only get about 180 FPS, maybe a little bit higher. You know, and I know somebody's going to correct me and say, oh, no, I got 200 plus out of this blaster. Well, that's good. You know, and that's great and all that. And I won't take anything away from that. But this is a more refined product than that. Okay, the main reason is, one, this blaster right now, you can already put metal parts in it. The parts from Saber and the Harrier, they fit in this blaster. 1-to-1 drop-ins. That's amazing. You know, this blaster was designed off of the Harrier platform. The only difference is it's smaller. Designed for CQB. This is a better blaster than this one, just by any stretch of imagination. It's a lot more durable, a lot stronger. you have more accessory options. You could run any type of buffer tube stock you want on this. You could change out the foregrip if you want. This one here, the problem with it is that it's got this now. Yes, the buffer tube and all that stuff is out for it now, but this is what you get. You had some little goofy stock here that plugged in here to put an end strike attachment on it. Okay. You also had the ability to make this blaster top prime too, which 90% of people did not do, and neither did I. But the foregrip, you couldn't change out the foregrip and put anything else you want because the Picatinny is too short. You wouldn't be able to get enough in there to put a foregrip in it. It's great. It's just not a refined product. This is more of a refined product in my mind. This blaster is definitely everything that this blaster is not. This blaster, one, performs harder out of the box. Out of the box performance, you get over 200 out of this thing. Out of the box performance out of this before any parts, you get about 140. That's my point. But like I said, ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to go buy a CQB blaster this year, and you have a choice between the Unicorn and the Seagull, I would definitely pick up the Seagull. Well, in any event, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching my video comparison on the Worker Seagull and the Unicorn. Until next time, this is Myers Mods signing off.